What's up? Straight from the Chess Podcast. Guys, my name is Justin Groth, and I am your host. I am your leader on this personal development podcast. And guys, if you're new to the channel, I want to thank you for A, tuning in, and B, I want to give you the understanding of what this channel is all about. And it's all about the ignition and guidance towards enlightening you and drawing and extracting out from you your personal purpose on this earth, whatever that is. Guys, everyone's different in that regard, but hopefully this channel gives you some value and gives you some insight on extracting that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, there is also a time where we do something called the We're Not Friends segment. And guys, we're not friends. If you explode after we dap, if I go in for knuckles and I give you dap and then you do that gay weird explosion with your hand, I'm acting like I don't even know you. I'm turning around and I act like we didn't even dap. I don't know this guy. No, stop with that. Are you kidding me? That's like some douche stuff on a whole nother level. No, don't do that. Don't bring that to me. Try again. If that's what happens, try again. I might even say to you, no, try again. I might stop you mid-explosion with your hand and say, no, try again. Because that's ridiculous. Don't come to me with a dap explosion. No, just leave it as a dap. That's it. Boom, boom. Knuckles, that's it, dude. No explosion. And especially no auditory sound from that explosion that you make with your hand. No. Try again. So, if you do that to me, we're not friends. Guys, moving on, we have resolutions coming up. Because why? Because it's December and everybody's trying to get ready for the new year and they're scrambling, but at the same time, they're not. They're worried, but they're not. They're like, I'm going to just do it. I'll get to it at the first of the year. I'll do this. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to go for walks. I'm going to get my life in order. January. Resolutions are shit. Let me tell you why. Because resolutions only work if you hate something enough. And let me be honest with what I mean by hate. If you don't hate the feeling you get from not exercising or eating like crap, if you don't hate that feeling enough, like a visceral hate, like you can't stand it, like you hate the feeling that it gives you, you hate the feelings associated with what you don't do or what you eat, if you don't hate that enough, guys, you will never stop it. You need to hate the things that are keeping you at zero much, much more. If you don't hate being treated unfairly or mistreated in a relationship by the person who claims to love you, if you don't hate that enough, you'll never stand up for yourself and you'll never walk out that door. If you don't hate it enough, you won't change. It's not about resolutions. It's all about hating more. Hating in the context of the elements that are actually keeping you anchored at zero. If you don't hate waking up in the morning, feeling like crap from the night before, from what you drank or what you smoked or what you ate or all of that, if you don't hate that feeling enough, you're not going to stop it. It's only when you don't hate it enough, you have to put your foot down. And we all have breaking points. There comes a time where hopefully you're fed up with feeling like crap, not producing your best, and you understand the only way for you to actually implement real change in your life is by becoming more disciplined, setting boundaries, and all of that stems from you hating the way that you feel from not implementing those things. If it weren't for hate, we would have a lot of people just, and when I say hate, I mean, if it weren't for the construct of hate being, I don't want to be less than I'm made for. If people didn't care about hating not being something that they're not, or being something that they're not, then there would never be spark of growth or change, change that's going to spark growth. There would never be that element to them that would cause them to evolve. I don't believe that we need to center around a feel-good mentality. And I don't think that life is all about being disciplined and boundaries and yada, yada, yada. But I also believe that there is a healthy balance with you setting disciplines and setting formalities and staging formulas that are actually going to propel you towards your destiny. And the destiny is what the legacy is going to leave. That's your legacy. That's innately your destiny. They're tied. They're one in one. And if you're set up right now for just feel good shit, or you're set up for just like, I just want to be good, I want to be comfortable, and I want to be cuddly and soft in my blanket. And listen, if that's you, and you're not predicated on discipline and setting boundaries and extracting things out of you and setting people apart from your life that are negative influences, then you're never going to reach your destiny wholeheartedly. You'll never reach your true potential. And I'm so lit on this topic because it is the foundation. It's the substratum for your evolution. It starts with you being disciplined. It starts with you laying that substratum down and it being an anchor to your life and it being something that you constantly revert to. But if you don't have anything you revert to, or if your foundation is shaky or frivolous, what is going to cause you to continually climb the stairs of life? And it may come out like I'm just yelling and I'm talking at you, but guys, I care. And that's the reason why I'm speaking to you. But much more importantly, I am speaking to myself, because like you, I go through these times of lack or of idle. And I go through these times of question. And I don't know what's to come of it, but I know there's something within me, an anchor, a discipline that I've constructed, a hate, that I don't want to revert back to my old ways, because I know my old ways were not producing. And if that is you, listen to what I'm saying. Listen. Take away the orange wall, take away my hair, take away all this. Just look at me as a voice. Listen to me through my vocals, and that's it. Just listen to my words. If you do not focus on hating the elements that are keeping you at zero, you'll never become your ultimate version. And I don't say that to detour you or to lessen your value. I'm saying it because I believe that you have to work in cohesion with God and not just allow him or lean on him to do everything. You need to have faith with works. Faith without works is what? We all know the saying. We all know the scripture. Dead. I'm not saying just work, and I'm not saying just live off faith. You need both. And what comes with faith? Belief. Belief that what is inside of you knocking at the door, saying, let me out, let me out. Belief that that is valuable. Belief that that is your purpose. Belief that that is the way that you're going to infect others. That belief is what you stand on. You may not get everything that's going on in your life. You may not get the setback. You may not understand why you were not promoted over Sally when you're clearly more capable of the job and the task at hand. You may not understand why you got a bad medical report. You may not understand why it's taking years to get out of this job. You may not understand why you're not making any money in your business. And every year that goes by, you're losing money. There's a reason why. Some of it could be your own stupidity and your own naivete. But most of the time it's because that is the season that you're in, and it's there. It's constructed around you to mold you and refine you and polish you so that when God, not man, God, when he calls on you and he touches you with one little fingerprint of his favor, and it catapults you to levels and realms that you're not acquainted with and you feel unqualified for, you're ready to slay that dragon. You're ready to produce, and you're not fearful because you've been prepared this entire time. Yes, you've had setbacks. Yes, you've had bad medical reports. Yes, you feel like you haven't been equipped with everything you need, but you have. And it's not in the season. It's not in the season of the trials and the hurdles and the rocks that you trip over. It's not those times that you're elevated. Those are the times that you're needed to get scratched and to get and fall over and fall down and honestly be questioning why you even get back up. If you're in that spot, yes, I know it sucks, but that's a good spot to be in because you're not dead. And if you're not dead, you have bigger plans to accomplish. You have a reasoning why you're not dead. There's a reasoning behind that. It's not by coincidence. It's not by chance. You're still here because God's still using you. And that's good news. That's good news. The fact that you're down, the fact that you can strengthen shit, that's good news because God doesn't use polished vessels. He uses scratched and torn and beat up vessels to proclaim his name and to do his works and his will. So if you're getting beat up and tested and tried, you can clap for that because that means that there's massive purpose over your life. And you can stop playing the victim and stop crying to your mommy and your daddy and stop crying to your parents or your friends or even your enemies or your therapist or your wife. You can stop crying because you know in your gut that there's a bigger purpose for you if you're still alive and you're still getting beaten and battered. There's still something massively fermenting in your gut and producing it on its own terms. And in time, you're going to see the byproduct of that. Everything is already being orchestrated on your behalf. You have to live every day. But honestly, if every day is coming with feel-good mentality and not the reality of the negatives and the woes of life, and you're not actually exposing those negatives and actually examining them for what they are, expressing them, if you're just shoving them away like this is negative, I shouldn't deal with this, you should be exposing those. You should be understanding why you're going through the negatives. Because those negatives are there to shape you. If you're consistently trying to live in this comfortable, gown-wrapped life, you won't be hardened. You won't be hardened enough. And God is hardening you for a reason. He's hardening you for a reason because he has big plans. And you can expect that over your life. If you're still alive and you haven't set disciplines yet, and you live in comfy territory, and you're constantly trying to proverbially grab the nightgown and put it on, or grab the Afghan or the comforter and put it on you, to keep you warm and snuggly and comfortable, then you'll never see the true version, the true hardened warrior version that God has called on your life. So right now, don't set resolutions. Set disciplines in your life. Set boundaries for other people. Set boundaries for yourself. Set disciplines and borders around what you need to hate more of so that you evolve to your ultimate being. Hating more is going to be the construct that actually refines you and builds you to the next level. Hating the elements that are keeping you at zero. Resolutions are worthless without hate. You need hate in the right arenas of your life. So, keep hating. Keep hating. Because ultimately it's those hates that are going to get you to the next level.